get your job position. Well, growing up in the Bahamas, my parents owned an automotive business, and every day after school I would be there in my dad's position, watching over him in all the automotive positions that he did. Well, growing up through the fields in the automotive business, going there on Saturdays, I learned the aspects of the business through selling parts to customers and fixing car problems. Well, you think that's all about it. Well, I also know how to find the problems of your vehicle. Well, nowadays with technology, there's a device such as a computer that you plug in the vehicle, and it tells you what happens to the vehicle. Well, I know how to do that as well. So, I hope this information I've explained to you can get my position in your job. Other things I can do in automotive is check the suspension system, which goes on by removing the wheels and moving the brake suspension up and down and figuring out what's going on. Other things I can do is I can change oil with the Ease Quick, change the oil filter, gas filter, and stuff like that. I even could go on to check the spark plugs to take them out and see if they're black at the bottom. I could go on to changing the car radio. Another thing they have is the launch system that you connect to the vehicle, and it's basically a computer, and that tells you all what's wrong with the vehicle and so on like that. And if you have a check engine light on, I know how to control all those situations in the vehicle. And if you have new vehicles in 2015 have the new computer systems that need another computer to hook up to find what's wrong with it. Or we could go on, I know some people have those days that the battery gets dead and they assume it's the battery, but it's not all that. It can be a loose cable connection, it can be a starter. There's a technique that I know out there that you hit the starter and it'll work, but you need to go to the nearest automotive place and get that starter checked out. If your battery is not charging, I know that another thing you can look at is the alternator system, and that need to be taken to a technical shop and get repaired or refurbished. Another thing I can do is, if your window isn't going down, I hook up this launch system and it tells me that, oh, the regulator system needs to be changed, which is located inside the door. Or if you have a flat tire and the tire thread still looks good, I know to check that out. All you do is you use a gum plug and it fixes the tire right away. Another thing is to check in the brakes and stuff. I know to do all those type of things. Check the wiper blades, gas treatments after so on and so on. Changing the oil every 3,000 miles. I know about those stuff. Checking the brakes, the brake pads, the brake shoes, all those things. Changing those. It's 4 simple bolts that you just change. Checking the radiator fluids, checking all the hoses and stuff like that. Goes so on air pressure, to check all the fluids and stuff like that, and so on. After moving to Florida in 2014, I came to Lynn University, and I partnered up with a company in Hallandale Beach, Florida. I went down there, did a couple jobs and stuff with them, learned new different computer systems, and working on expensive cars which is very different than in the Bahamas, such as Porsche and Ferrari and Bentley and stuff like that. Very high class vehicles. I did a couple lift kits there, audio systems, subwoofers and amplifier systems. By coming over here to Florida, I learned a lot more than the technology part of a vehicle nowadays, because when you come into business, more people that have more money than nowadays, they go and buy the most high class vehicles, and they pay high class money to get them fixed. So we look at a lot of people that they have these vehicles and they need to get this stuff sorted out, fixed, so on like that. And it's very difficult nowadays when fixing these type of things. So by me knowing a lot of this, I think my job is directly correct for you and for you to hire myself. And I would like to hear more.